Hello everybody and welcome. This is Serge from Serge Robotics, and today I have something very special. This is a board specifically designed for escape rooms. It's called the Universal Soundboard, and when I say universal, okay, you're not going to believe some of the features. Well, first, what is it? What is the value of this board, okay? And that's a great question. Alright, so I've been doing escape rooms for about 5 years now, and I've seen a lot of different boards, and I wanted to make a board that automatically outputs a sound. So that's the first value proposition. The second thing is you shouldn't have to worry about the wiring. In fact, it should be pretty straightforward with the board that I designed. So that's the third value, or the second value, sorry. And the third value is that a lot of what this board does is already automated. There's also features that make it so that you can output different types of applications. So with that said, what is included in the board? What's included is, of course, the board, and it already has preloaded sounds such as doors creaking and other things which I don't want to mention because I want it to be a surprise in a moment, okay? This is going to demo what the board's functionality is and also how to wire it up. Okay, so everything is labeled, so as I go along, just look at your board and you'll see. This is the power in. It says 12 volt DC in. This is, of course, 12 volt input, so this is minus, which goes to the minus terminal right here, okay? And everything is super robust and labeled for convenience, and that's, of course, plus. So minus on the left, plus on the right, 12 volts in. Now your application out, in this case I'm going to use a mag lock right here. Okay, the red wire is going to go in the mag lock plus. So that is here. Okay. And of course the black goes to the other side, which is minus. Okay. There's also a 5 volt output just in case you have, LEDs or anything else that's out, has a 5 volt application. It's labeled as 5 volt out. Now in this case we're going to use the continuity input. These are the input channels. So you can have continuity, which is, buttons being pressed. So for example, if you have 5 buttons and 1 and 2 are pressed, that's the solution. So that's what this input is, continuity, which is why I'm using these. There's also an input if you want to do a little bit of coding, or maybe I'll release it, and this is the standard Arduino sensor, okay, 5 volt sensor. And then finally, very popular, 12 volt prop in. So normally the 12 volt is supplied from a prop, and that will then release the mag lock when the prop is solved. So my board is the mediator between the two. So that output that you normally would connect directly to the mag lock, just connect it here. A lot of props have that plus minus 12 volt. That's where it goes, right here. In this demo though, I'm going to use a continuity, and it doesn't matter which way you wire it up, as long as each wire from a continuity puzzle has its own terminal. Okay, so again, these are buttons, and I'm going to demo that in a moment. Okay, and finally, this is a flow saver. This is optional. You don't need to power this up or connect it, but it's really convenient, and I'm going to show why in the demonstration. Okay, and that is it. This right here is the my Slavic accent coming through. This right here is the is a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack that goes right into the soundboard, and that is it, guys. That's really it. This is powered on. We are good to go. Okay, so I'm going to connect the power, of course, in a moment. Make sure that my wires are all good. Right here. Okay, so there's the mag lock. I'm going to connect it right here. Alright, so you just heard that connect, so that mag lock is now connected. Okay, now you have the red light indicating that nothing's been solved, and check this out. Okay, so 1 button pressed, 2 buttons pressed. How awesome is that? That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going I'm going to reset the system. If you couldn't tell, that was a monster roaring. So let's say instead of a mag lock, you had an LED output. What's really awesome is, check this out. Right now it's normally attached. That just released it. So now the output is going to be that everything's off and then it turns on. The other one was, you know, the mag lock's connected, which I just clicked. So now just you can have LEDs go on, motors go on, etc. And of course it will do the same thing it just did. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so I'm going to reset it real quick, and let's see what this button does. This is a flow saver. In case you need to progress the game along, the prop's not working, things, you know, you just need the business to keep going, right? So this is the flow saver, and check this out. So as you saw, the you know, the green light went, the sound went, all that good stuff. And yeah. Alright, what happens when you have a prop that's always 12 volts and then goes to 0? In that case, you want this blue light off. There's a switch right next to it. What I mean by that is the 12 volts is always powering the mag lock. Always 12 volts, always 12 volts. The prop coming in, which normally would be connected to the mag lock, it then flips it to 0. If that's the case, again, flip this switch, and that means that you're looking for the flip, which is 0. So 12 volts to 0 volts means the mag lock's being released. That means this blue light should be off. If you're looking for 0 to 12 volts, then that light should be on. Look for the technical documents for more description. Actually, please email me or call me. I'd be happy to troubleshoot it just to make sure that we're all good. And so since nothing's connected to here, that means it's 0. And so when I flip this, because that's looking for low. So that's just a demo of what I mean by that. Because nothing's connected to this, it is low, and the blue light's off. So I hope that makes sense. Again, I'd be happy for any increase. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for the demo. You know, look for the technical documents for any questions. Please feel free to email me. I would be happy to, you know, make sure that everything's going well. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this demo. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.